Hey everyone, I want to talk about the preparatory scale exercises from Smith's Top Tone Exercise book. These scales are a fantastic and concise way to work on your upper register that will slowly get you to a place where you are more comfortable playing in the upper register. They're short and they're very, very effective. The book has the exercise starting at high C on whatever trumpet you want to play. B flat, I'm doing them on C trumpet. But that doesn't mean you have to start the exercise at high C. I have done these exercises starting at G on B flat trumpet, and they're very effective. So for a younger player, a high school player, or somebody who's maybe dealing with an embouchure change, or anybody who's looking to enhance their ability and their confidence in the upper register, starting these scales in the lower keys is very effective, like on G or even F. I demonstrated the scale using the D scale, and I was doing it on a C trumpet, so that would be an E scale on the B flat trumpet. Some things you want to really be aware of with this exercise is keeping the sound as similar as possible. We don't want the high D or the high note, whatever interval you're playing, but we don't want the high note to really sound squeezed or squirrely. We don't want the timbre and the color to change. For instance, we don't want to go we want it to be accurate, of course, but we don't want the sound to get like ee. It needs to be da. So the high note should have the same open, beautiful sound as you are able to achieve in the middle register with relative ease. The idea with slowly taking these scales up by half step is that you can draw your middle register sound and ease of playing to your upper register. Now, the accents. I think you can overdo it with these a little bit too much. I don't think it's very effective to go. We're not doing that. It's an accent that I think is there to help you maintain a stable time and a stable grounded time. I like to do these exercises with a metronome in a sound canceling headphone, but it can be really effective also to do it with just a metronome out on a stand. I also like to do it with a drone, as I did in the exercise video. So your accents, have them be something that's just subtle. Also, as you go through the scales, so it's 2 repetitions at 8th notes, 3 repetitions at triplets, 4 repetitions at 16th notes. Note that in the description, he's very specific with saying that you maintain the embouchure setting, meaning you keep the horn on your face, but you breathe around it naturally. So you get to the end of the 8th note scale, and it's maintaining the embouchure. We're not taking it off the face. We're also not maintaining with the tension in our corners. We're taking a break with that. We're taking a natural breath, as if you have to just come in the middle of a phrase throughout the entire thing. And if you do that, you wind up playing whatever the high note is 15 times, including the arpeggios. Now, once you get to the arpeggios, it's important that you maintain flow through them, whether you're articulating or slurring. So we don't want the articulated arpeggios to be. No, we want it to be da 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 dee. I know there are staccatos over it, but the staccato is just meant as a clarification, I think. Just trying to keep the sound as clean and consistent as possible. Now, where do you want to stop with these? So I'm working on them on high D and high E flat, and sometimes I'm on a good day I'm feeling comfortable on E, on C trumpet. You want to work up to the point where you're just beginning to struggle on the scale. So say you can play a beautiful high C on your B flat trumpet, and you can do the scales up and down to high C. Well, it's beneficial then to move on to C sharp. But if you're really struggling with the C sharp, maybe you should spend some more time on the high C scale and really make it consistent. So for me, demonstrating this on F, I'll demonstrate it on F because I want to show you where a failure point is for me. So if you're listening to it, you can hear that between D and F, my sound is changing, and that's really important to me. I want the sound to stay as similar as possible. Between D and F, the sound gets a little compact, a little too closed. The difference between the D and the F is really pronounced, even the E. So for me, that's the area that I want to stop. Anyway, I hope this is a valuable tip for you. These scales are really excellent. I would encourage you, when you are working on these, to work within the capacity that you have. As Smith says in the book, if you are struggling for the note, the high note, then you are extending beyond the benefit of the exercise. Keep it beautiful, keep it resonant. If that means you're only doing it up to a G above the staff, that's fine. The idea is to make it to where you can do the whole exercise exactly as written and play all the notes beautifully and even with with as little work as is possible. So keep that in mind, keep the sound singing, keep everything as lovely as you can, and the exercise will help you to overall develop your range and your sound. Have a great day.